This is Gerard, editor-in-chief of Filipino Soul Magazine, aka S.G.I.B magazine. That stands for Soldiers Got Intentions, Believe That. Because everyone should be soldiering for something, a dream, a goal, an idea, a train of thought, something. And owner of P.B.G's production stand for Photos by Gerard, the best in freelance publicity photography. S.G.I.B stands for, it started out as Strong G. Allen Biz, Long Island's first bilingual music magazine. Long Island, New York. I never want to not let that be known that I had the first bilingual music magazine on Long Island. Well, I'm in San Jose, and I'm in my house, and for 5 days I've not had no water. There's something wrong with the plumbing here, and if it wasn't for the fact that there was a typhoon and a lot of rain, that's where I got my water from, was rainwater. So I actually had to put pails outside, collect water, and do what I had to do. My housekeepers have been off because there's really no water. Since there's no water, there's nothing that they can do. But I decided to pull them aboard today, so this way, what I would do is I will buy water, and I will charge it to Josephine. Josephine, you're getting billed for this water because they can't seem to get it fixed. For some reason or another, when they come, there's water. When they leave, it's gone. It's funny. But what I wanted to show you, I've done this a couple of times when I was in Las Vegas. And in New York, wherever I've gone, I always showed you, the food I buy. And often the food that I was given, because I've also was so poor that I had to get food from churches. And I also showed you the type of food that they were giving out. So today I want to show you the food I bought for 2,000 pesos. Now 2,000 pesos sound like a lot of money. But remember, each 1,000 pesos is $20. So this is what I bought for $40 here in the Philippines. So I'm going to show you the food I bought. I bought 4 heads of lettuce. The brother needs to eat his salads. Let's open up this way. It's like Christmas. No. 1 big bottle of C2. 2 bottles. I hate this when I told the red. She gave. It's okay. I still never did that. They're my girlfriends. And fresh milk. This is milk that is usually on the shelves. It doesn't need refrigeration. How long it can stay on the shelf, I have no idea. But it's fresh milk, so I need my fresh milk. I also picked up a big bottle of Coke. And what else did I buy? Let me see what's in here. Okay. I bought chicken. I bought, I only eat the legs and the thighs, so that's what you see there. So there are 2 vendors who I buy from. So I bought 4 pieces from one vendor and 6 pieces from another vendor. So that's chicken. But sometimes I look at my dogs as lions and tigers, and I like to feed them like such. How do you know when you feed a dog like a lion? Is that after they finish eating, they go lay down and take a nap. So I'm going to show you what I picked up for them. Well, this is actually for me. This is our pork chops. So I got 4 pieces of pork chop. Where's the other one? Okay. This is 4 pieces of pork chop. But this is for them. See? This is for Helen, Okimi, and Brutus. I will boil it and I will give it to them, and they will eat like lions and tigers. And on the bone side, these are bones that I buy for them. And what I do is I boil them. I boil them and give them to them. I've always given my dogs bones. I want the bones to have a little meat on it. One of the reasons why I like for them to eat the bones, because it makes their tahi, they call it, or their shit, hard. So it's not slinging all over the place. It's ended up like little balls. So that's the food for my lions and tigers. Okay, so I wanted to share with you that I got all this for just for $40. You know, so with that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful holiday and have a nice Christmas. And remember, dreams are nothing more than plans awaiting action. Never disrespect the elderly and always pull someone up. And sometimes you're the only one to see your vision. But not to let you down, I'm going to tell you a story. I'm going to tell you a story about what? That's right, this girl. Okay. I had an event at a place, and there was a girl who worked there, and she delivered me food, you know, from the restaurant. And so when she came over, you know, she talked, and we talked, and she told me her situation and how she needed money. And so, you know, I told her that, you know, I have a rule, you know, that I asked her if she was married or she had a boyfriend. She said no. You know, she was taking care of her siblings, and she was the only one working in the household. So I said, I'm going to give you money because if I'm talking to someone and there's no games being played and they're telling me about their life, and I actually fall in love with them for that moment, and I feel such compassion that I want to make a difference in their lives. So often the time after I talk to someone for a long time, the best way to make a difference in someone's life here in the Philippines is giving them money. As you can see, 1,000 pesos can do a lot for a family here. But I also told her, on the same token, if you are married and you have a boyfriend, you have no right or no business asking another man for money, because it's very disrespectful to him. It's very disrespectful to me. It's very disrespectful to yourself. But then on the other hand, if you do not have a husband or a boyfriend and you ask a man for money, then you better be prepared that that man may ask something of you. And what he may ask of you is something that you might hold very near and dear and cherish to yourself. So if you're not prepared to give that up, you know, then don't ask a man for money. So she asked me, she called me after she got off work and said she wanted to come by. I said, come on, yeah, you can come by. I have a lot of girlfriends. I have a lot of friends. You come by, talk. No strings, and no one's thinking anything other than you want to come over and maybe have a drink, or you want to come over and eat, or something like this. I'm more than happy to feed you. And so what happened was that when she came over, she said that, can she ask me for money? I said, I told you about that. And so she says, okay, I understand. So I said, okay. So without going into details, she got the money. and with going into a little bit details, when she left, I was smiling. Okay. so anyway, when she worked at the restaurant, the owner was Japanese, and he treated her very, very, very bad. You know, he would curse her out in front of customers, and she came over to my place and she was crying because of what he did to her. I said, well, what did he do to you? He said, he's knocked the food out of my hand and made me get on the floor and eat it. I said, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. My heart broke knowing how bad he was treating this Filipino girl. And you know, Japanese have I'm not going to say a hatred or anything like that, but Japanese dominated the Philippines for a long time. If you ever want to know how Japanese feel about the Filipino people, you need to watch a documentary about the Japanese in the Philippines. But anyway, So, my heart broke for her. I was so, and he had borrowed some money for it, so he hung that over her head. And the owner of the restaurant had to come in and be the mediator. He says, look, he says, you can quit. Because he was holding that money over. You can't quit because you owe me money. And so he said, look, you no longer owe him the money. Okimi, come, Helen Bones, come. I don't want Okimi to get knocked up by Brutus the Husky. So she's over there playing with him. So anyway, she left. And about a month later, she told me, Gerard, I'm pregnant. I said, you're pregnant? She said, yeah. I said, by him? She said, no. I said, where's the father? There's no father. So she didn't have to tell me no. Okimi, come. Okimi, come. She didn't have. Go to the corner. Wait, come here. Just point it at me. I'll put him in that corner. That's the air corner. So anyway, she didn't have to say nothing to me because I know he must have had raped him. Because I said, is he the father? And she was like, no, like this. I said, yeah, I know he is. So anyway, as she was getting bigger, I gave her a proposition. I said, I'll tell you what, this is your first child. After you have this child, if you have my baby, I said, I will take care of you, the other one, and your family. For the rest of my time here in the Philippines, or my baby, would be taken care of because I had benefits for the baby. And I said, but have my baby too. So that way your baby would grow up in a secure household. You would be in a secure household. And she thought briefly about it, and I wanted so much. She was a nice girl, a very nice girl. I wanted so much for her to have my baby so I could have a baby. But she decided no, she didn't want to do that. So I said, okay. So whatever happened to her, I don't know. The reason I mention that story because being a photographer, I see a lot of my pictures flash up, and as I put them in the magazine, I saw her picture and it reminded me of the story. I've seen it a couple of times since then in Cebu. Okay, so remember, this is Gerard, editor-in-chief of Filipino Soul, aka S.G.I.B magazine. It stands for Soldiers Got Intentions. Believe that. Because everyone should be soldiering for something, a dream, a goal, an idea, a train of thought, something. And over a P.B.G's production, the best in freelance publicity photography. And something else I wanted to tell you. S.G.I.B hip-hop, urban, raw, the truth of photographers magazine. Hip-hop because it recognizes the dominating force of music since 1998. I knew that year because I was in prison. I was reading everything, and I read that hip-hop had just passed the most important genre in the world, and that was country. Urban because it's another product manifested from the streets. Ain't no big corporations, ain't no big bucks, ain't nobody bailing me out. Just me, so it's urban. Raw because what you see is what you get in my magazine. Ain't a whole lot of airbrushing, ain't a whole lot of retouching, anything like that. You send me a picture, I'm dropping it in just like that. The truth is because it pays homage to the Godfather of Soul, Mr. James Brown magazine called The Truth, with editor-in-chief Bonnie Hill Sweeney, the founder of the pre-Grammy party. And we know if there's a heaven up above, her and Janae Dubois are teaching people how to network. We love you, Bonnie and Janae, and we know you loved us more, which is where I got that from. I will always love you more, from her. The Truth, a photographer's magazine, because that's all I am. I am just a photographer who has outgrown his box. A mediocre photographer at that. When I was in photography class, I should go to school, drive a taxi, and work for a motor company. And I was tired one day when I was in class, and I hopped up on a larger. I put my head on a larger, and I laid and caught a couple of winks. I finished my project, And when I opened my eyes, the instructor came in. I jumped up. He said, "No, no, 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 no. Sleep, Gerard. Sleep. You can always be a mediocre photographer." And that's all I ever classified myself, as a mediocre photographer. You know, it's just one shot. I'm a publicity photographer. All it takes was one shot. And by the grace of God, I always got that one shot. Okay, so if you're lucky enough to have a woman like Ali Woodson once said, treat her like a lady. And ladies, if you're lucky enough to have a good man, make him feel like a king. And remember, I'll always love you more. I love you like a love song, baby. And I want to thank Jean and her boyfriend, Michael, who are my housekeepers. They're here today. Thank you, Jean. Okay, and I will talk to you later.